while you're having fun in Vegas, we're enjoying your bed that your success in Vima has paid for. Now you know where the sprinkles came from. Dad, we don't thank you enough, but we really appreciate everything you do for us.
We're so proud of you and all of your accomplishments with Vima. We know it only gets better from here.
We love you, Dad.
Welcome to the stage, Ambassador Billy McSwain.
Wow, how's everybody doing? Woo! Man, they didn't have to do that. I thought I knew everything my daughters did, but that's a total surprise. I don't know when they did that. It's unbelievable. How many people in here, this is your first convention? Raise your hands real quick. You're at the right place at the right time. 5 years ago, I'd been in business just 60 days, had already reached Diamond, and me and two of my people came to this convention, and we actually flipped coins to see who would sleep on the couch. Luckily, I slept in the bed during the whole thing. But that literally changed my life. 5 years ago, two people, and today, I think we have somewhere around 170 to 180 people here today. Yeah. Kind of to fast forward a little bit, that convention changed my life because it gave me the belief. And so for all the new people in here today, you had so many great speakers this weekend. I guarantee you, you will leave here relating to someone's story. That story was Gary Brady to me 5 years ago, okay? I could relate to Gary. He wasn't a suit and tie guy, and he just gave me the belief that I could do it. I related to that guy. That's what this is all about, for you leaving and relating to someone here this weekend. Also, Michelle Barnes. I feel like we kind of had the same background. I grew up very poor also, so I can relate to that sincerely. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, my story begins at 21 years old. I got a good job. Well, back in the 70s, it was a good job. I was a beer truck driver, okay? They were making about 3 times the national average of income, so I did very good in the beginning. I had the Corvettes. I was actually a 21-year-old Brad Alcazan. Really. And I had the Corvettes, had the big custom diamond ring that I designed. I think it was like 4 carats. And within a year or so, when I was 22 years old, I bought my first home. And guess what I did? I didn't buy it for me. I bought it for my parents. 22 years old. 1 year later, I bought me a home. 23 years old. Okay, a couple years later, I got married, had 2 beautiful children, and my dreams were this big at an early age. Literally. I was on Conquer the World. Well, life goes on. I was in that cage. I worked for someone else. They'd tell you when to turn the lights on, when to turn the lights off, when you went on vacation, when to come back. And this went on for years. Fast forward a little bit. I woke up one morning, and it was in October of 2005. My life was in shambles. I was dead broke. I was a single dad raising 2 teenage daughters. I was working 7 days a week, and my normal work week was 60 to 70 hours. And my dreams had gone to this, folks, to nothing. I still had a little flicker of hope. And I was talking to someone yesterday, and they mentioned hope. And I know where you're coming from. I had just a little flicker of hope. And luckily, in October 2005, I met up with John D. Phillips, and he shared this great product with me. And I got results. My 14-year-old daughter at the time, Christy, got results. We got results within a 24-hour period. And let me tell you what the feeling was like. I had lost my dream, but all of a sudden it came back. If you can imagine a electrical box in a house where all the switches, it was like the switches started coming on. That's what it did to me. And I just hit the ground running, did my first home event. A couple days later, Jeff Hooks and John D. came up. I was so nervous I couldn't introduce them. 7 months went by, and I was building that well you heard Gary Brady talking about. Thank God I started building that well. 7 months later, I lost my job. Then I started pumping it. I kept pumping it consistently. And within a year, I'd already matched my income that it took 30 years to do with Budweiser. Well, I'm going to have to speed up real quick. With that being said, the one thing I'd like to leave in closing, dream big. Get focused on your goals. Go into action. Be persistent and consistent. And communicate. Thank you, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce my business partner and longtime friend of 35 years, Frankie and Cheryl Baskins. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Cheryl Baskins, and obviously this is the dynamic Frankie. We're honored to be here, and we're even more honored to be a part of the Vima family. And I just want to let you guys know that our why is all about you.
Thanks, baby. I've 10 years next month that we got married, and that was the best day of my life when I married Cheryl and her two daughters, Abby and Carrie. And I didn't get married until I was 45 years old, and so I think about that often. The second best day of my life is when Billy introduced us to Vima, and we didn't know that at the time. But the thing is, as we kept pursuing, we drank the product for a while, but as we started building our business, started learning something. I'm a small business owner. Cheryl works in corporate America. She's a manager for a large auto dealership, and she loves her job. She's a children's director at our church. And she volunteers for all kind of things. She's a very busy lady raising two teenagers. And I've always owned my own business since I was a kid. And 18 years old, matter of fact, been self-employed. And it's always been the traditional small business. So if there's any traditional small business guys out there, you can kind of relate to what I'm talking about. I didn't understand what we're doing now. I didn't understand it. I couldn't wrap my brain around it. But as I hooked up with Billy and we started building our businesses together, I started meeting all these great people. And for you folks that are here and you're sitting back in the back, I'm going to tell you something. These are great people up here. Everybody in here has an upline sitting up in the front. And all you need to do is plug into what they're doing. You hear it over and over again. There's a reason people say the same things over and over again. And when Billy came to me, he said, look, you're going to have to be coachable. You're going to have to put that big ego you got to being the big boss man all the time in your back pocket. You're going to have to take some instruction and listen a little bit. If you'll change just a little bit, you can do this. And I believed him because we've been friends for a long, long time. Everybody in here has got somebody that believed enough in you just to share the product with you. And if you're here this weekend, you're here for the business opportunity. You're here because you want to learn to be better. You want to learn to be a better person. That's what I needed. The personal development this company provides us is unparalleled in my opinion. I needed that. Everybody has an opportunity. Take advantage of your personal development tools. Take advantage of your leadership that's trying to teach and tell you and train you how to be a better person, how to build your Vima business. There's a couple different ways to do that. We've all heard about that. Both ways are fine. It doesn't matter. Whichever team you're on, make sure you stick to the plan. You know, we talk about it all the time. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't do that because it won't work. And as far as our dreams and our why, you know, when we started out, as most people, I had lost a little bit of my dream because I was a guy that owned my own business, and we built a new home, and we thought we were doing great. But I'm going to tell you something. Once I got around some of these people that know how to dream big, our dreams started getting bigger. And our dreams went from making $1,500 a month part-time to making enough money to put our kids through college and wherever they want to go. And then they started getting bigger and bigger, and then the dream goes to financial freedom. And once you get a hold of that dream, you don't let go of it. And you just stay consistent and persistent. You keep working. It's hard work. You know, we work all the time. We do a lot of meetings. We talk to a lot of people. But we're just getting started. In January of 2008, we were cycling zero. So it takes work. We've got a long way to go. We got a great team to go with. We're part of the best team in VEMA, in my opinion, and that's no disrespect to anybody else, but I tell you, I love all of our team. All of our guys are committed to do what's right in this business. We got a great upline. Tom and Bethany's been great to us, JD and Ronnie, and of course Billy. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Jeff and Elizabeth Hooks, who's mentored us also. BK says this, and he says it all the time, and I'm going to close with this. What we do is a big deal. Treat it that way. Thank you.